First thing we gotta do is take the deck off. Most of you know how to take the deck off. Quick rundown of the deck removal. I drop it all the way down just to get everything loose. We're going to take the belt loose. We're going to pull that safety pin. We're going to pull that safety pin there and pull that off on both sides. And the deck should slide out. So the way I take the belt off here, rather than, I'm sure everybody does this. This is spring loaded here, this pulley. So we can push it up, which will release the belt. All right, now we got the deck off and out of the way. We're going to go up underneath the mower and we're going to change out the pulleys and the drive belt. Now, I don't have the equipment to jack the whole friend up, tilt it on the end. So I'm going to do it from underneath. Let's follow along here. Let's grab some tooling. All right, so going underneath the mower. First thing we got in here is a 15 millimeter. We're going to take off these two pulleys here. So let's see if you can see them here a little better. These are your tensioner pulleys. They got to come off in order to get the belt on. Not all the way off, just most of the way. So because the kit I bought didn't come with these pulleys because they didn't send them, I'm not going to replace them. I'm just going to get them out of the way. Now the easiest way to get this thing off is just cut it. This one's pretty bad. It's only been 4 years, right? And then we can pull this belt out of the way here. Yeah, that's out of the way. The hardest by far is to take off this here belt guide. The belt guide prevents you from, obviously, the belt sliding off the pulley. That is a 15 millimeter. And in order to get the new belt on, you have to take that all the way off. And it's a quarter turn every time. This little guy's long-winded. Alright, so that's out of the way. Then up front, we got to take off the crank pulley because it attaches up here. You see it or not? That's where the belt goes around. That there. Now, we're trying to get it around this guide here, so we got to drop this down just enough. So we're going to take off this 16 millimeter on the bottom here. We're going to use our trusty DEWALT. Make sure you're using 6-point on this stuff. If you use 12-point, you'll strip it out. A lot more surface area on the 6-point. This might not be strong enough. So the 12 is not strong enough for this. Alright, so this isn't the right way to do it, but I'm using a plumber wrench up top to hold the shaft. There is a big giant 2 flat spots on the bottom here, but I don't have something to go up inside that big, so I'm doing it this way. And we're breaking it free. We'll finish pulling it out with this guy. So I don't think we need to come all the way off. Just enough so we can get the belt on. And this should drop down. Yeah, that should be good. Alright, so everything's loose so we can get the belt in. So we're going to start in the back there. We're going to take the pulley and go over the fan because it's so big, right? Such a big fan of mine. We're going to go all the way around and we're going to go through the shaft there. And we're going to take this, since it's got to go up over the top of all this other linkage. I gotta take the steering collar off too. It's gotta go around the steering collar. That's gonna be awesome. Alright, steering collar is, I wanna say it's, yeah, 19 millimeter. So we're gonna take off this link here. Be able to slide this off. This is not master splined, it's just on there. So if your steering linkage is all crooked, you can do it this way as well. So you got to push that up out of the way to feed our belt through. So we're going to make sure the belt's straight because we're going to go through here. Up into the front. Just not having a good day here. So, lesson be learned. Don't put it around the back yet. So bring it through the steering collar to the front. You can't do that either, huh? You have to take this all the way off. So in order to get around the front pulley, you have to go around this guy, this piece here, to get up top. So this has to come off all the way. Down far enough, which is going to be all the way out. Remember, you shouldn't have to take this entire thing off like that. Take it off here, I guess. Alright, let's do that. Bring the belt around. We'll take this thing loose, pull it up out of the way, and get the belt up top. That is a 10 millimeter. And no work on the John Deere is not how to cut off anything. Come on, man. So the battery adapter does make it pretty big. pick that up, slide that back in there, and put this right back on. There's a little plug that has to come off up top in order to get the belt around it. We're going to pick this tab up right on top of it here, and then the plug should slide off. I'm going to get in your way. Alright, and we'll go around the belt as well, and we should be all clear up top. Just slide the belt into the pulley. So right before I do that, I'm going to go back to the back and I'm going to slide the belt over the transmission fan. Alright, bolts around the transmission fan. It's through the shaft, around the front. This we can drop down as low as it'll go without falling out because the sway bar is holding it. Get the belt on there. Now we're going to tighten up the main shaft, which is, I believe, 16mm, right? Yeah. Tight. Next we're going to put on the driving gear. We're going to make sure our tires are straight. Our steering wheel is straight if you're a little weird, little OCD or CDO in this case. We're going to slide on the bearing, the gear. And we're going to put the nut on. And that, I believe, is a 19mm. Yep. Beautiful. Then we're going to make sure, it's pretty fun watching me work it. Alright, the next part we got to do is get the belt on the back pulley here before we put it on the tensioner here. So we'll take the easy pulley off. on the back pulley. Get this somewhat up here so it don't come off. This one's going to go that way. And this guy is going to go this way. 15 millimeter. So I've never done this before, so bear with me. So the last thing we have to put in is the belt guide in the back. This guy. Don't forget to reconnect your connector up front. Up there. I'd flip my hand over and use the other hand, but I missed part of my thumb, so it won't work. Great design, John Deere. Again, an hour in the garage. Beats paying $500 to have them do this for you. There we go. It's tight. So that is the main belt change. Oh, belt guide, pulley, steering shaft, big giant bolt holding all this pulley stuff in, connector to drop it down to put on the belt up top. So that is your dry belt change on a John Deere E100 series mower. Here's a picture of all the tools I used to do that job. The belt, pulleys didn't come, they're coming next week, so I'll tear it apart again. Like and subscribe, look down below for all the tooling. Hope you enjoyed. Have fun out.